What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your very first time joining me. My name is Jessica. I'm a mother as well as a makeup lover, of course. So as you guys can probably see by the title, we're doing a frozen to death makeup look. Do I look like I froze to death? I even put in like some really light contacts to make it look like the color was like bleeding out of my eyes, you know. Okay, I am going to be doing my full face with you guys. Also, this makeup look is so stunning. So if you wanted to do the makeup, like the eyeshadow without like the rest of the crazy stuff, you totally could do that. I tried filming my the last like Halloween look that I did. It was actually like a rainbow clown look, but I was literally not in shot the whole video. Like, I'm so sorry, but that was my first Halloween look, so this is gonna be my second one. So if you want to see I created this spooky frozen makeup look, then you already know what to do. Please keep on watching. The last time that I tried to film one of these, it didn't go that great. So hopefully I could get this going. Start off as always by priming my eyelid with my P.Louise base in the shade Rumor Number 2. So as you guys seen, I'm going to be going in with the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Blends palette. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start by taking the shade which is called Spellbound, which is this beautiful blue color. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take that color, just kind of domed brush like this. It doesn't have a name or like anything on it. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pack this in the front half of my eye. So around where like my pupil or like my eye like color stops is where I'm gonna stop here. And these colors are so pigmented and like buttery and blendable. I am so glad I picked up both of her palettes because they're good. They're fire. Fuego. So I'm just buffing this out before I go in with my next color. So if you can see, it's real dark, but then it kind of fades up a little bit. I always like to do that because I feel like it helps make things blend a bit easier. The blend palette, it really does have every color that you need, but in my P.Louise Worldy palette, I have a teal, a really dark teal. I'm gonna take this shade right here out of my P.Louise Worldy palette, which is called the Alps, which is a true dark teal. It is like probably maybe 2 notches darker than the shade Submerge out of the Blends palette. So you don't really need to do this. You don't really need to do this next step, but I have a very specific idea in mind, and I also have these colors on hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and be extra and use this color. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna pat this around, and I'm just gonna keep it in a round shape for now. And I'm gonna soften up these edges a bit before I go in with my next colors. Okay, so now for these next colors that I'm gonna do the next like step up in my blending process. Now I'm gonna take this blue shade, which is called Charged, and I'm just gonna take a little bit. And this is a Elena Boudreau brush. I don't know, I got it in my Boxycharm, like I do most of my stuff. So I'm gonna go directly on top of this color and just sweep this right over. And then I'm gonna take the shade Dream, which is just right next to it. Then I'm just gonna take a clean brush and soften the edges. So now I'm going to go through all of those blue colors to perfect this side before I finish off the teal. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Submerge, 32, and Bubble Bath to go ahead and blend out the teal. And then, of course, I'll take that super dark shade to really deepen it up. So I'm going to go through all those colors and just blend this out like I did the blue side. Okay, so now that that blend is nice and perfected, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut out my crease using some Vaseline, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna lay down these P.Louise Basic Brights. So this one is in Hint of Mint and this one is in Touch of Frost. So I'm gonna mix these two together to kind of get a teal shade. Okay, so now that my cut crease is done, I'm going to go ahead and take the same brush that I used for the darkest teal shade. And I'm just going to go ahead and soften up the back of this so that way there's no harsh lines or anything like that. And then I'm going to take the teal rose, so the 3 teal colors that we used, which were Submerge, 32, and Bubble Bath. What I'm going to do for the shimmer, I actually used 2 separate things. So I apologize that I'm using so many different things, but I had a very specific idea in mind, you know, and those days I can't help it but be creative. I'm going to take my Made by Mitchell Head in the Clouds palette for this shimmer right here, which is just my soul. Like, it's so beautiful. It's called Twinkle. What's nice about these is that they can be applied with a brush. They're very creamy, which I appreciate, especially for like detail work like this. I really need to get in there. So I'm just going to pack this all over my cut crease wherever I didn't put any shadow. So obviously this shimmer is stunning, but I really wanted to go that extra mile and really give it an extra kick. So I went in with my Peaches and Cream Pigment in the shade Mermaids, which honestly this is probably my most used pigment because, I mean, look at it. I mean, come on, just look at it. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, so now that my eyeshadow is done, I want to get to the fun stuff. So I mean, if you're not trying to do this for Halloween, you're not trying to get real crazy like I am, then this is really it, you know. I'm thinking probably, you know, dark blue under the eyes, but because this is a Halloween tutorial and we want to get nice and spooky, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do my base makeup so we could come back and do like all the extra details together. I'm so excited. This is gonna be so fun. Okay, so I'm gonna start with blush now. So I just assume that when you freeze to death, everything turns red. So block out my lips. I'm just gonna take some concealer and block out my lips because I forgot. I think we all know which blush palette I'm about to go in with right now. I'm gonna go in with my Jaclyn Cosmetics Rouge Romance blush palette, of course. My son got into it. I'm so upset. Look at what he did to it. Oh, I was so hurt, but thank God he didn't like ruin any of them. You know, they're just scratched up. I was like, dude, you're grounded. So I'm going to take the shade Ever After and probably Boudoir. So Ever After is really dark red, and then Boudoir, which is also red, but not as red. I need to clean this thing. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take the shade Ever After. Are you guys ready? Oh, okay. And here we go. Here we go. So we are not being shy about this blush. We are doing it. We are doing it. I'm gonna run some of this red blush very lightly everywhere else. Just the lightest amount. Just like that. So I'm also going to do my lips with the blush. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this big fluffy brush. This is a Doll Beauty DB7 brush. And I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Ever After. And I'm going to just keep this really center of my face. And then also I'm going to add a little bit of red lipstick right there. I'm going to take my Brain Freeze palette, and my kids got into this one too, but I'm going to take the pink shade and just highlight all my high points of my face. So like my nose. I think Jeffree Star's eyeshadow formula is trash. His palettes, campaigns are extraordinary, but the palettes are always lackluster. But his highlights are superior. Like, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. His highlights, oh, they are to die for. So I'm going to take the shade Spellbound. And I am going to smudge this out. I'm actually going to take the shade Chance also before I even finish smudging this out. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that shade. I'm going to smear it down. Kind of want it to look like my makeup is smudging. I'm going to take my NYX Milk Jumbo Pencil and I'm going to make some tear, like lightning tear shape stuff. Now I'm going to take these just gems that I got off Amazon and I'm going to stick it at the bottom of this teardrop, and this one, and this one. I'm going to take my Hank & Henry lipstick in the shade Love, which is this beautiful dark red. So, I feel like lashes don't really matter in this case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish everything up. I'm going to put my lashes, my contacts in, and gloss up my lips. And then we can come back and see the completed spooky look. So this is going to complete today's look. Thoughts, opinions? I even did like my fingers to make them look like I got frostbite on my fingers. I literally just put my P.Louise blue base in Touch of Frost. Get it? And then I put purple mixed with black on the fingertips to make it look like they're, you know? So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this Halloween makeup tutorial. I really hope that my videos do well, because last year they did not do well, my Halloween looks. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you do enjoy my videos, if you enjoy me. And without further ado, we're gonna go right on ahead. Roll the clip.